What's going down, guys? It's your boy Regular Zig, back at it again, doing the thing, letting them hang, playing the tracks, and letting them bang. On this episode, I am going to be doing a reaction to Eyedea, Even Shadows Have Shadows. I found a live version. This one was requested in my comment section. I haven't listened to an Eyedea track since probably the early 2000s. I was a huge fan of Slug in my early 20s. And so, you know, his whole little group of people, I would jam them. So I've heard quite a few Eyedea tracks, but I will say that I was never like really hooked on his music because it was a little bit too, I can't even remember. I just remember thinking it was like super like complex and it was kind of hard to follow, which no offense to it. It was just, you know, that's just the way I remember his flow being. This one got requested, so I'm going to go back and listen to it. You know, I probably should have already went back and listened to some of his stuff. You know, first and foremost, rest in peace to Eyedea, because kind of like with the Juice WRLD thing we was talking about is a lot of times you don't appreciate the genius until somebody's gone. You know, I don't always go back and listen to every artist. You know, I was dealing with my own problems, so I haven't really delved into a lot of stuff that I probably would have delved into, you know, had I not been super drunk. But yeah, so anyways, enough about me. Let's get into this track. This is gonna be Eyedea, Even Shadows Have Shadows live. Yeah, let's get it.
Funny, we got a little table over on the side, but besides that, I stand alone. Burned every bridge over the troubled water. No longer hiding from my personality disorder. A stronger tide is coming, and I've been running, trying to function fine, adjusting time away from fucking climbing off the corner. See, I was born a thorn away from the rotten petals, a forgotten rebel. Having the absence of heaven's heavy hand to develop an evident level of benevolence, so it's probably better I sold my soul to the devil.
Sounds like he's talking about trying to obtain this level of like being good, and it's never enough. He can never be benevolent enough to reach or attain that, and it would, you know, it's driving him crazy. So he would probably have been better off just selling his soul to the devil than to rather try and reach this level of goodness that's not even attainable, because it's making him go crazy. It's kind of what I got from that.
See, I was born a thorn away from the rotten petals, a forgotten rebel. Having the absence of heaven's heavy hand to develop an evident level of benevolence, so it's probably better I sold my soul to the devil.
The absence of heavenly hand. So he's feeling like he's been left out in the cold by God, and it would have been better if he sold his soul to the devil.
No, this is a message to anyone I've met that thinks they know me.
Said this is a message to anybody I've ever met that thinks they know me.
Don't pretend to understand none of the issues that I'm holding.
Yeah.
See, I was in a rush to grow up. Look, Mom, no cuts. Just a stomach of disgust. And the fear that I might go nuts this year. If I don't slow up, I'll see you on my way. One day this shit'll kill me. I guess it's okay. I mean, I've lost all faith in a world so full of hate, and I don't fucking love music. I just use it to escape.
Ooh. It's an emotional outburst, right?
But wait. Yep. If my shoes could fit on you, you might listen to the shit I do while sifting through this simplistic view. There's no specific rules, kids. Just do whatever interests you. Introducing the corroded bones that hide behind my meaty smile. I'm angry at the universe for the way she treats me now. It keeps me down, stealing all my energy. I'm feeling like my enemy, concealing my identity, not dealing with my tendencies. I peel the skin and then I squeeze the real imprinted head disease, not healing in a century. I'm kneeling to the entity who built this penitentiary, as filthy as a centipede and guiltless in a sense, because he was willing to just let me bleed while I wore a game face. Yo, dig, in 10 years, don't check for me. In 10 years, don't check for me. In 10 years, don't check for me. I'll be in the same place.
Yo.
This place.
Man, it's been about 10 years, bro. Run that back. Crazy.
I'm kneeling to the entity who built this penitentiary is filthy as a centipede and guiltless in a sense because he was willing to just let me bleed while I wore a game face.
Yeah.
Yo, dig.
He's talking about suffering. Well, I guess I shouldn't speak on his behalf, but from what I take from that is he's talking about suffering from depression. You know what I'm saying? Living in this world, and he's pissed off at God for allowing him to suffer with depression and put his game face on and act like everything's all right. And God just sat there and watched him do it, and then and never reached out. He just sat in this lonely, deserted. You know, he said like ground like a centipede. You know what I mean? Kneeling on his knees on the ground like filthy like a centipede. And he's pissed off at God for not, you know, reaching out an olive branch while he's just suffering with this depression. And he's putting on this game face because nobody wants to be around somebody that's depressed. You know what I mean? And so yeah, he's pissed off at God for allowing that to happen, man. And he's venting it.
10 years, don't check for me. In 10 years, don't check for me. In 10 years, don't check for me. I'll be in the same place.
He's saying, you know, and 10 years from now, don't even worry about it because I'm still going to be suffering and God's still not going to care. That's what he's saying.
The planet's just an overpopulated mental hospital. And each zombie walking around constitutes another obstacle. So here it is. He finally comes out of shell and says,
he said this world is a mental hospital and each person around is another zombie, is another obstacle. And it's like, he's like, it's just another person that doesn't understand me that I'm going to have to get by, you know what I mean? And jump over because they can't really see who I really am. And, you know, it's a worthless cause.
All 19 years of his life he's been in conflict with himself. Oh my God. Really? Insecure about every facet of the existence, from the addictions to the condition I choose to live in. Who you kidding? I suffer from excess anxiety.
Yeah.
A product of pollution in American society. Stare into my eyes and see the hell that burns inside my mind. And I no longer have an ego I can hide behind. But I've been fine, you know, disregarding this insanity. The psych crisis lies right in the psyche of humanity. Might be handy to bite the hand that force-fed me education through a decade and 3 years of headaches from my peers. Because see, now I realize I could have learned more on my own. They taught me how to know everything, except my soul, which is everything I need to grow, you know? Everything that keeps me whole, everything that ever meant anything to Eyedea. So I leap a goal and hope to rip the leash that holds my focus. But gotta remember, the fact remains the same.
Yeah. So he's saying, you know, all these people taught him everything about the world, everything he knows, but they didn't teach him about the one thing they couldn't teach him about, which was himself, you know? And, you know, you got to put in the work to learn yourself. And nobody's going to teach you how to do that. I mean, people could guide you in the right way, but you got to put forth effort, you know what I mean, to really get to know yourself. And you can't really do it on alcohol and drugs. It's just not going to happen because you're learning a version of yourself that's not, you know, totally coherent to who you actually are. Your processes ain't going to be working right. So, yeah.
You're still bound by chains. Now, it really don't matter if your chain is 10 feet or 100 feet. Fact remains the same. You're still bound by chains. Some people say I've changed and it's harder to relate to me. Good. I never liked you. Our friendship was make-believe. Peeling the mask back and revealing the wrath that's been filling my organs, drilling distorted short portions of morbid masochistic torture, unfortunately crafted interest to orbit my portrait and inflict my image with disorder. The minutes get shorter, the walls start to close in. It feels like the brain is hanging on by one clothespin. I've hidden in the darkness for too long. I mean, we can all make it look all right when on the inside it's all wrong.
Yeah, real talk.
I want it to get easier. I think everybody does. And maybe it can for a man or machine or whatever the hell I am.
What's crazy is he's verbalizing the feelings. You know what I'm saying? So he's taking the emotions and then he's making them into a physical form. That's what anxiety feels like. You know what I mean? The way that he's rapping, and really he's saying it as, you know, he's thinking it. And you know, that's how mental illness and anxiety and depression, you know, definitely all go hand in hand.
Unfortunately crafted interest to orbit my portrait and inflict my image with disorder. The minutes get shorter, the walls start to close in. It feels like the brain is hanging on by one clothespin. I've hidden in the darkness for too long.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all make it look all right when on the inside it's all wrong. I want it to get easier.
Yeah, he said we can all make it look all right, but on the inside it's wrong. And it's about projecting these illusions that everything's good, that you're like happy with your life and whatnot, when in reality everything is crumbling. You know what I mean? But you're not allowed to talk about that. Or at least, you know, the societal rules would be that those are the sort of things you're not supposed to talk about. You know what I mean? And that's what drives people into, you know, even deeper into it. Yeah, it's important to talk. You know what I mean? Like, even if you ain't a talker, even if you feel like you don't have no friends, you need to go find somebody to like be able to vent to get that stuff off your shoulder, or else it'll fester. You know what I'm saying? And it can get the best of you, man.
Everybody does. Maybe it can for a man or machine or whatever the hell I am. I stand alone. Burn every bridge over the troubled water. See? No longer hiding from my personality disorder. You want to die my life? Come and stay in madness's favorite little corner. Because even shadows have shadows. And the secrets are eating me eagerly, fiending to scream my dreams away, but they keep on defeating me. See, even shadows have shadows.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dusty subconscious of an actor who murdered his childhood to stop the audience's laughter.
Boy.
See,
I don't even know how deep that went. Welcome to the something of an actor that murdered his childhood so that he could kill the audience's laughter.
See, even shadows have shadows. Welcome to the dusty subconscious of an actor who murdered his childhood to stop the audience's laughter.
Boy, welcome to the dirty subconscious of an actor that murdered his childhood to kill the audience's laughter. Boy. That's deep. That's too deep for me to even peel back the layers of that onion without having to sit around for like an hour trying to digest what he just said. You know what I'm saying?
See, even shadows have shadows. So don't judge my book by its cover.
Right?
Because my story's just as fucked up
Ooh.
as any other.
For real.
Thank you. Funny?
Yo, that's real talk, man. So that's Eyedea. Shadows, even shadows have shadows live, and yeah, that's the kind of subject matter that I kind of remember. You know what I mean? Although, you know, this is 20 years ago, so I can't remember a lot. But rest in peace to Eyedea, man. He was obviously a tortured soul at times, and it's really unfortunate that he was taken at such a young age. You know, and I know that deeply affected the Rhymesayers family. So shout out to them, you know, and shout out to the person that suggested for me to react to this. You know, if you haven't listened to Eyedea, you don't know nothing about him lyrically, you might want to check that out. And I'm going to be on to the next one. I sure appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure to leave your likes, leave your comments, leave your suggestions. Hit that subscription button if you haven't hit that yet. We're going to be rolling on to the next one. And I'll see y'all then. Holla.